What is up, Heffas and friends? Welcome to another episode of Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you're new here to this channel, how are you doing? My name is Jillian and welcome to another caffeinated adventure. Heffas, we are at the Winter Garden Farmers Market. It has been a while since I've been here. Dare I say, maybe close to a year? The last time I was here was with my mom and my sister. It was around the holiday season and we were coming out to look at produce and check out the different vendors. And here we are again, my mom's in town and we're just out now trying to do the exact same thing. We are coming upon the Thanksgiving holiday season here in the United States. So I am all about the good deals, y'all. I am also a very big proponent of supporting local business when and where I can, which is what I love about going to farmers markets and going to different type of shopping occasions like the Underworld Market, which if you happen to miss that video, check that out. But I just love supporting local business when and where I can, especially now more than ever. So Heffas, do you all have your list together, especially if you're in the US and you're trying to throw down for the Thanksgiving holiday season? Are you responsible for the greens? Are you responsible for the mac and cheese, girl? What are you responsible for? We're going to hang out. We're going to check out some of the different vendors here. Of course, pick up some produce, get some good eats. And you all know, what is Java and Journeys without a little bit of Java in our lives? So you all already know we're going to stay well caffeinated on this adventure and check out a coffee stall or two. So let's go ahead, Heffas, buckle up, Buttercup, and let's get on to this look at the Winter Garden Farmers Market. So one of the things that I enjoy about coming out to the farmers market, of course, are the good eats. More specifically, there is this vendor that I like to go to for paella, and they are out in the usual spot. So if you happen to find your way over to the Winter Gardens Farmers Market, there's this lemonade stand. This stand is super good, y'all. But the paellas Midrelinas, this stand is awesome. So you can check out their menu right here. And what I really like, so I've tried the paella Vencelina, which is like the 5-meat paella that you all can see here. But what I am interested in is the paella del mar, the seafood paella, because it comes with like the shrimp, the mussels, the clams, the octopus, and calamari. But they have like a few different kinds, even like a vegan paella for those that are really interested in that. But y'all, I really love this vendor. Their paella is absolutely bomb. So we're gonna go ahead and get in line for that. Y'all, check out the paella goodness. I cannot wait to get into this. And of course, this looks like our seafood paella and then the 5-meat paella. And you could do a combo where you can get both. But y'all, my heart is just on the seafood paella. The meat paella is equally as good, but you know, I love me some scrimps, girl. So we are going to get into that. All right, y'all, check out this paella. We have our mussels, we have our shrimp, we have some garlic sauce, which is what you see over in the corner. We also have our limon, and we are just going to mix in these flavors, sprinkle in that lemony goodness, and get into this seafood paella. All right, friends. Is it appropriate that we cheers to some paella? I think so. Cheers. Let's get into this and see if it's still as good as I can remember it being. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's still, the paella from this vendor is still that girl. So my mom and I split this the last time we were out here.
That's a lot.
And yeah, it comes with a lot of food, y'all. So you could easily split this with someone else, especially if you want to try other things. Or my pro tip would be bring a tote bag, especially when you come out to these farmer markets. And that way, if you want to try a bunch of things, you can at least load up your tote bag, try a few things, take some food home. That way, girl, you're not leaving feeling stuffed and feeling disappointed that you couldn't try more food. The paella was bomb. And I'm going to show you all a few of the other food vendors. So we have these vendors lined up here. And you can see this is Rural Dogs. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. And you can see there are hot dogs galore here. And then if you come on down, we also have baked empanadas. This vendor is so good, y'all. I've had a few of their empanadas before. Their chicken and mushroom is bomb. The classic beef. If I had more room in my stomach, I certainly would get some more. But this stand is so good. Highly recommend them. Something new that I haven't tried is this German food with a twist stand. And then we have the arepas stand right here. Hi. And this stand is really good as well. I've had some of their arepas and it is fantastic. So I highly recommend come on out here, try these vendors because the food is everything. I've also, this one's new, the Fireside Tacos. I have not actually seen this vendor or tried this vendor before. It's been such a while, y'all, since I've been out here. But you can check out their menu here over on the side. That looks really good. And they have, looks like some breakfast options as well as some other appetizers. Now, what I am eyeballing, because you all know we have to get our Java on, is we have the mini donuts, because you know I always have a perpetual sweet tooth. I don't know if I'm going to get any today, but I'm definitely interested in the Black Brew Bros coffee, because you all know I believe in supporting my people and this stand is exceptionally good. And so check out some of these flavors, y'all. I need to actually figure out what all I want to get, but you have options of actually getting tea or coffee. So you just have to figure out what best meets your needs. But y'all, you know I need that caffeinated twist right now in my life. So what should I get? I don't know. And then if you also want to pick up some coffee beans or you want like some K-cups, you can also pick those up here and you can just brew your own coffee at home, y'all. So I love this because they have all sorts of flavors and roast types over here. And I just like also having the K-cup option because, you know, we like things quick and easy sometimes. Okay, y'all, I think I'm actually going to settle for the peanut butter cookie because this looks so delicious. I'm going to ask for half the syrup. And I think instead of the hot option, because it is really warm out here right now, I'm going to go for the cold 20-ounce option. All right, y'all, so I have my coffee from Black Brews Brothers. And y'all, check this out. And I was eyeballing for a second there the pumpkin pie, and then I was like, my people would have it out for me. So I went for what is probably the best thing, because you know how we like to do things over here with our banana pudding and even our sweet potato pie. I did not see a sweet potato pie flavor, but I was like, let's go with this. And this is a coffee, y'all. I cannot wait, or it's a matcha. And so I cannot wait to try this out. And it already has the measuring spoon and everything in here, so I cannot wait. And then here is my coffee. So you all know I went with the peanut butter cookie. Now, y'all know how I feel about having too much sugar in my coffee. I like having the flavoring, but I basically did this with no whip. So it does not look as pretty as the picture, but you all saw what this was giving. I had this made with oat milk, half the syrup. So this is how I decided to get it. But y'all, you can go with the full flavor, full syrups with the whipped cream and everything. And that looks so pretty. I have a full day of eating and treats ahead of me, so I have to pace myself a little bit. But you know how we like to do things here at Java and Journeys. Cheers. Thank you for joining me on this caffeinated adventure. Let's see if this is good. Y'all, this is delicious if you are into your oat milks. And I actually like having this with half the syrup because it doesn't feel like a sugar bomb for me, right? This is for me. You may be completely different. And if I knew that this was going to be my dessert and my treat for the whole day, I would have gotten like the full-fledged syrups, whipped cream, all of that. But the day is young. This is so delicious. So again, if you ever find yourself out here, and also check out their website, blackbrewbros.com. I will copy and paste, put information down in the description. So check out this vendor and some of the others that are featured here. We're going to continue on. We now have our caffeine and we're going to enjoy more of the market. I told you all, in the South, we love our boiled peanuts. And by we, I don't really include myself in that because I don't know that I like boiled peanuts, y'all. Drop down in the comments if there are certain things that you like looking out for when you go to farmers markets. What are like the special items that are specialty for your region or for your state? Boiled peanuts are definitely quintessential in the South. I just don't know that I'm into it. But let me know for you all that love your boiled peanuts out there, or like what are some really good items, food that is unique to your region. And we're just looking around, y'all, and checking out everything. And with this being the weekend before Thanksgiving, y'all, it is now, the market is always busy on a Saturday, but especially now I feel like you have a lot of people out here trying to get their produce and everything. Y'all, check out the pickle patch. They have all sorts of pickled vegetables, and I love me some pickled carrots as well as okra. Ooh, y'all, I love it. All right, y'all, so my mom is handling the purchase, but we are in fact going to go with the pickled okra and the classic dill. But yeah, y'all, ooh, I love me some pickles. Are you a pickle lover? Drop down in the comments, let me know. And do you love pickled vegetables? I also love pickled carrots. Those are the best. And we have the pharmacy produce stand. This is one of the great produce stands they have out here at the market. And y'all, when you come out here to things like this, do you sometimes see everything and you just want all the fruits and vegetables and you're just like, how am I going to consume all this? What am I even going to cook all this for? This is why you need to make a list. But look at how fresh everything looks, how it's all like just so neat and set up. And it's like, I don't have cabbage on my menu, but this makes me feel like I want to have cabbage on my menu. You know what I'm saying? You have your potatoes over on the end. I do need to pick up some sweet potatoes, y'all, because I am making a sweet potato pie. So yeah, we'll be taking a look. I'm actually going to wait and pick up the produce at the end because it's just hard to carry all that around. So trust me, I'm eyeballing all the veggies that I need for Thanksgiving. European breads over here. And then my sister wanted to check out this cinnamon roll stand. So we are going to take a look. And as I always like to say, let's let the big back behavior commence. These look so good. Y'all, we're gonna get the Biscoff one. And then Whitney, which one were you gonna get?
Okay.
And then my sister's just gonna get the standard cinnamon roll. But y'all, all these look delicious.
Yes.
Do you all like the Biscoff cookies? I know that they typically give them on like Delta flights and some other airlines will serve them. I think Biscoff cookies are okay, but we went with the Biscoff flavor because my mom really loves Biscoff and my co-producer, aka husband, loves Biscoff as well. So I'm like, you know, y'all, I'm not selfish. So I figure, let me put my family above my needs. So I will definitely take a bite. I don't mind Biscoff, it's just not my favorite flavor, but that cinnamon roll looked so good. And we're gonna continue to check out more of the vendors over here. And y'all, this I thought was so funny, but they have like these crazy gourds over here. And you see like the Nightmare Before Christmas characters and all the other crazy gourds, which I think is a lot of fun, especially if you love to have unique displays for the holiday season in your home. And I see some people here with their dogs and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should get my little baby, my fur baby Miley something. But y'all, my dog is so finicky. She's such a little princess, and yet it's like she's a princess and at the same time she is fairly low maintenance, if that makes any sense. Like she loves to be rubbed and loved on, but she doesn't want like a bunch of excessive accessories on her. She's not that dog. So I have to be strategic when I get accessories for her, something that is comfortable, that she's not just gonna throw off. And you all know I love me some plants, even though I do not have a green thumb. It's like I love looking at gardens and plants, but they have like little trees over here and some more plants.
Ladies.
Good, how are you?
Well, thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you. Plants are so beautiful, y'all. Yeah, these are very pretty. Another vendor, y'all, I want to shout out that my sister and I have gone to is AB Newton and Company. And for those of you all that are Disney lovers, they have cute crafted Disney portraits, stickers, postcards, mugs, and all of it is so beautifully done. Like if you check out the stickers here, these are so cute. And they even have some non-Disney theme things that are like more Florida related, as you can see here. They have some hats, but it's nice like little quaint gifts and everything. And look at like the illustrations on some of this. And I know my sister's gotten like a few mugs, and you see like the Disney vibes. So it's very much like Florida heavy, Disney heavy, crafted like arts and illustrations. So my sister has a mug that kind of has like this art design from this vendor, but it's all so pretty. And especially if you want to do custom frame, they even have some art that's already framed that you can purchase as well. But I love all of this as someone who is an adult that goes to Disney. Certainly not a Disney adult. Okay, girl. And look at the mugs, because you all know I love a good mug and a good tumbler. And I think these are so appropriate for the holiday season and very Florida-esque. I think I like this one a lot. I love the little oranges on like forming like this Christmas tree, so to speak.
Thank you.
And y'all look, they're also giving out some free stickers as well. So I love this, especially being in Winter Garden right now. And they have these sprays. And then you of course see the signs here. And y'all, what I appreciate about all of these vendors is that depending on the time of year, all of this can change out and look so different. And there's some of the framed art in the background. So again, if you live in the area, if you're local, also a lot of these vendors have websites, check them out below. But I will always take a free sticker because I love using these, especially as bookmarks. But we still have more to follow. And y'all, we need to get produce, right? Because like I told you, I'm responsible. And I said earlier, my sister, I'm like, my sister's not gonna be able to do much of anything. So basically it's gonna be my mom and I, and Whitney is probably gonna boss us around in the kitchen because she literally can't. She's still recovering from her accident. And I'm like, it's not happening for her. Y'all, look at my sister getting out of, we're doing all the driving, we're doing everything for her. But again, I'm back over at this produce stand that I showed you all, and I'm like, yeah, I need to pick up some of my sweet potatoes and things right now. And for those of you all who are throwing down, this vendor, they have like fresh fish, frog's legs, alligator tail, everything is fresh, fresh, fresh. And you see the coolers, scallops, snapper, salmon. Y'all, I need to absolutely try this vendor because they are coming with all the fresh meats. All right, y'all, I'm gonna give you a quick view of this produce stand that I also love. My mom was already pointing out the greens. I'm like, okay, girl, I know. So we already have like our list of things that we're going to pick up. But y'all enjoy some of the views of this produce stand. Y'all, I'm literally going to be in the kitchen working my butt off. So y'all, typically I do the cheater greens, which are like the collard greens are already clean, cut up in the bag, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. And of course, my mom sees these fresh greens and she's like, okay, girl, we're getting a bunch. And I'm like, and y'all, I know how to clean and cut fresh greens, but it's going to just take more work. And I am in my lazy girl era, considering how crazy the past few weeks are. But y'all, we're going to do it right this year. I'm not going to use the cheater greens. And we're going to hop over to Freshfields Farm so I can get some smoked meats to put in my greens. But y'all, yeah, I'm going to be kicking it old school with these greens this Thanksgiving season. Y'all, check out how massive these eggplants are. Like, I can't. Like, these are so big. And I'm not a big eggplant person, but, you know, eggplant parmesan is that girl. Or getting you some, does eggplant go in ratatouille, y'all? But yeah, these look so massive. Now, I need to go ahead and pick up some sweet potatoes for my sweet potato pie. So we have our greens. Oh my gosh, y'all, they have fresh okra. So we already got our pickled okra. But I think I told you all okra is like my favorite vegetable. And y'all, look at how good these look. Okay. I'm not gonna get distracted. I don't need okra for anything for this Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna pick up a few sweet potatoes. We have our greens. We may pick up some onions. My mom was saying something about some apples. So we're going to get our veggies and go through this line to check out. And then we're gonna head on out of the farmer's market, y'all, with one more coffee stop before we head over to Freshfields Farms to get our smoked meat. My sister pointed this out on the way in, but of course they have these beautiful sunflowers as well as this like massive pumpkin, I think, or yeah, it's a pumpkin. I don't think it's a squash, y'all. But look at this. This is insane. And then you have like the beautiful sunflowers over here, which if I had a vase for those, I would have purchased some. But I'm like, oh my gosh, look how massive this is. All right, y'all, we are going to go ahead and get ready to head on out and go to Freshfields Farms. But as I mentioned, you all know that we have to get another Java fix in, and there is another coffee vendor that I actually saw by the parking garage. So we are going to enjoy more of the farmers market views and head over and get one more fix of Java, and that's going to carry us through as we head over to Freshfields Farm. Last stop, we are headed over to Axum Coffee. You know, take a look at the menu here. And I think what I'm most interested in is the cold brew, because again, it is just so warm. And it's crazy because literally there was a cold snap, I would say like a week or so ago in Florida, where like temperatures got down to like the 40s and 30s, which is just unheard of here. And now it's just super warm again. Like I think at this point when I left my home, it was in the upper 60s. I'm sure right now it's in the lower 70s. So it feels nice. It's not super humid. I'm just like, oh, I want to be in just a perpetual state of like 60 something degree weather. Like 65 would be nice. Even lower than that. I like colder weather. So anyway, y'all, first world problems. It's like, let's get this Java so I can quit complaining about how warm it is, while some of you all are dealing with much colder temperatures, but it's still the fall, right? So hopefully it's not too terrible for those of you all who live in the Northeast, certain parts of the Midwest. But yeah, I'm just like a cold weather girly through and through, but this is why we need to get our cold brew coffee on. You know, I am looking forward to this cold brew. I need this in my life. We just placed our order in. It is not that bad. Y'all, my mom, she can't do dark roast. She can't. I had her taste some of my Axum coffee. Cheers to a round 2 of Java with your girl Jillian.
No, we're not ready yet.
Y'all, this coffee, she is strong. Now, my mom felt, I'm not even going to use the adjective she used because she said she's scared. Y'all, listen, this is why you can't take your people anywhere and everywhere, nowhere at all. So uncouth, so uncouth. Yes, until you want them to pay for something. That is the perfect time. That is the perfect time. Only bring them out when you need for them to take care of you, y'all. That's the Java and Journeys with Jillian Way.
Come on here with your purse.
Y'all, this is delicious. Now, if you love your strong coffee like me, dark roast, Axum coffee, you literally cannot go wrong at all. This is so good. I just got mine with some half and half creamer. No sugar, y'all. This is perfect. So between Axum, between Black Brews Brothers, I am covered. My Java journeys have truly, I feel like, come to a good end. And y'all, we're not done yet. So continue on with me because we are heading on to Freshfields Farm to pick up more groceries, take a look at more of their produce. And if you happen to miss that last video, check that out that I most recently posted. But Heffas, we still have some shopping to do for Thanksgiving. So let's go ahead and head on to our second spot. Friends, I have finished my Axum coffee. We just rolled up to Freshfields Farm. And again, this is the weekend before the Thanksgiving holiday. And so I already know it's going to be crazy in Freshfields Farm. Typically, the best time to come out here, I would imagine, would be like first thing in the morning during the weekday. But y'all, we're a glutton for punishment over here. So we're going to run in, but we know what we need. So hopefully we can like zero in on that. But essentially, we're going to get some turkey wings, some smoked meat. We're going to start over at the meat side of the house, y'all, which is over here. And then we're going to head over to the produce side. So welcome everyone to Freshfields Farm. We're going to see if we can survive this visit. We are going to head on in. And yep, just as I suspected, busy as ever. But again, we know exactly what we want, so we're not going to play any games, y'all. We need to head toward the back, check out those turkey wings, and check out the smoked meat. So my mom was like, oh, we need to pick up some cheese too for the macaroni and cheese. So my mom likes to actually do like 3 different types. So we're going to go with some sharp cheddar, some mozzarella, and a few other Gouda. And you also do some ricotta cheese as well. But we're going to go ahead and pick that up here. And y'all, the cheese is going to be about $3.67 per bar. Okay, y'all, we picked up our turkey wings over on the right side. I just want to give you all a little bit of a better idea. So for nearly 2 pounds of turkey wings, it's going to be about $6.45. So instead of getting a whole turkey for us this year, my mom's actually going to do some smothered turkey wings just to, you know, try something different. We're also going to get a small ham. And again, we need some smoked meats for our collard greens. So check out the ham over here. All right, y'all, so a lot of the ham, and again, it depends on the weight, is going to run you somewhere between 35 and 40 bucks. So we tried to get the smallest one we could find. I'm not a big ham person. That's not to say I don't like ham. I just kind of get tired of it really quickly after a while, but my sister really loves ham. So we picked up a ham, and now we're going to go get our smoked turkey meat. Y'all, here is our smoked turkey wings. So we're going to use this for the greens, but like this meat looks so thick, and it's about like a little over $10, as you all can see, for roughly 2 pounds of smoked meat. My mom also got some smoked necks, and all the smoked meat is over here, like in this corner area, which you can see is like very congested. And then you have like all the chicken and poultry over here. So y'all, I can't even get over in that corner. So I'm like, listen, I'm just gonna have to show you all what we picked up. And we're about to go ahead, peel on out of here on this side and go toward the produce side, because I think at this point we have the meat that we need. Y'all, okay, we made it out unscathed. And I would say if you are a local here to the Orlando, Florida area, and you come in here and you know exactly what you want, just make that beeline. And if you are with another person, just have them kind of stand around out of the way, because literally you could just cut through pretty quickly and hopefully get in and out. And now, y'all, we are in the produce area, so there are a few onions we're gonna pick up, maybe some grapes. Yeah, these grapes look really good. Ooh, y'all, look at all the fresh pineapple over here. We have some oranges. Oh my gosh. All of our veggies, which we got our greens. We have our sweet potatoes that we got from the farmer's market. So there's not too much that we actually have to get here, y'all. We may also pick up some herbs. Oh yeah, the rainbow carrots. Would you rather get these, Whitney?
Yeah.
All right, y'all, we're picking up some of our roasted carrots here. Y'all, seeing all the green beans here remind me of my cooking disaster that I had last year. Yo, this was like one of my earlier videos, so check that out if you happen to miss it. But basically, I ended up purchasing some really bad smoked meat. I didn't realize it was bad until after I opened it. And I basically had to throw out the meat and the greens because I put it in a pot and I was like, this meat actually doesn't look right or smell right, or the texture was slimy. It was bad, y'all. So then I had to run over to the grocery store and pick up some green beans, and I was able to improvise. I was able to get some smoked bacon, some potatoes. Y'all, I hooked my green beans up. So it reminds me so much of that, seeing those green beans. But y'all, I'm not gonna do my fresh greens dirty like that. I'm gonna make our smoked meat looks really good from Freshfields Farm. So I'm confident that we're in a good spot and I don't have to worry about buying any bad meat. Y'all, was so irritated by that. So irritated. And my friends were like, girl, and you like went over to the Whole Foods thinking that you could find some like greens or something. And I'm like, I know, but it was, I want to say Thanksgiving Day. And it was one of the few grocery markets that were open. And I'm trying to remember like what possessed me to go to Whole Foods and not just go back to Publix. But I feel like Publix was closed and that was why. I'm pretty confident that is what happened last year. So I'm like, y'all, listen, I already know you cannot go to Whole Foods for some like good old Southern ingredients that you need, but it was the best that I could do. I was not trying to be intentionally bougie, but it all worked out because y'all, I hooked up my pot of green beans, y'all. They still came out well. So I'm looking forward to these fresh green beans. But looking at the fruit over here, my mom was like checking this out. And she's picking up some watermelon. And I will say, y'all, watermelon is not in season right now. My mom picked out some that were already like cut up like this. So I'm like, you could tell it's not in season. Like this doesn't look as like succulent as like the summertime. Oh, she got pineapple. Okay, my sister corrected me. So my mom did not get the watermelon. She got some pineapple, which y'all saw all the pineapple they had up front. And this is like $4.44 for this container of pineapple. So hopefully they taste really good. And then you have some juices over here as well.
We did get green peppers.
So y'all, anytime you are going out to shop for your groceries before a major holiday, this is just how it is. So you kind of have to just breathe through it and just go with the flow and be patient. Y'all, we're not trying to get into any tussles, right, at the grocery store. So just know that, right? You know what you're in for when we're all out in this boat together trying to get what we need to get. All right, y'all, we are heading out. And again, one more shot for the gram. But I love coming over to Freshfields Farm. This is like my second visit out here. But y'all, you know I'm not trying to get salmonella. So we're gonna go ahead, load up these groceries, head back home. And I am probably going to start my major food prep probably like the night before Thanksgiving. Go ahead and start cooking up the pies and everything. So y'all, thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Now, tomorrow we are going out to Costco. So there's still more that we have to pick up. And you already know I'm gonna take you with me for that. And we're gonna see how crazy it is. So be on the lookout for another Costco haul coming soon to your mobile devices, to your desktop computers, y'all. With that being said, thank you for joining me on this journey. Did you like, girl? Did you subscribe? Did you comment? Let me know, especially if you're here in the US, what are some dishes you're looking forward to? What are you in charge of? And please make sure, y'all, you have the right person taking care of the macaroni and cheese and the sweet potato pie, okay? Like, we don't need any family fights like we're playing a game of spades. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I'll catch you on the next caffeinated adventure. With that being said, have a good one. And if you're here in the US, have a very happy upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. See ya. Bye.